Hey guys, what's up? Amir Reiter here. Another episode of the Transform Sales Podcast, our software demo review series. I got Samarth here. He is the Chief Technology Officer of WaxWing. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Amir?
I'm
Great
good.
to be
I'm
on
good.
the
So
back. Yeah,
this
great to be on
podcast
the
is
podcast.
designed. Say it again. Yeah, that's my pleasure, man. Thank you for building what you built, which we'll get into. But the purpose of the podcast is really introduce your product, your ICP. You know how people measure your product, how they measure success of your product, and a quick demo.
Yeah,
So for those listening, maybe you could just introduce yourself, the company, and perhaps what they can do with Waxwing today that maybe they couldn't do before you guys created your product.
sounds great. So to give a brief intro, for Backthink is a work OS for AI project management. It helps with ideation, planning, and execution of marketing and growth strategies end to end. Uh, we basically help autonomously create detailed plans for each project, assign tasks and responsibilities within the team members and between AI agents in the team, where all can work together, take responsibilities, manage budgets, resources, timelines, etc., and basically help supercharge like your company's growth, your business's growth, basically. So that is what we're building towards. Our ICP specifically is anyone small
Well,
or
no,
mid.
I can't answer that yet. I didn't get. I can't. Yeah, I didn't get into that yet. That's another
Yeah,
question. Just to recap, really, what you guys are doing is helping with like the SOPs and the KPIs and the plans between a organization and its employees, and
yep.
AI is creating this, right? So it's designed to help companies, I would say, grow effectively. With efficiency, right? And hire efficiently. And we're going to show this demo. Obviously,
Yep.
you're going to get to show people, but it sounds super interesting. I definitely personally know that having employees and hiring people without a plan, without KPIs, without SLAs, always leads to a loss, whether you like it or not. Before you
So,
tell us about your ICP, which we'll come up to, actually, no. Well, let's get into that. Like, what's your ICP? Is it startups? Are publicly traded companies? Is it software? Is it service? Is it United States? It could be anything, but who are the users finding the most value immediately? And obviously, this does not mean that we're excluding people.
yep, yep.
We're just actually trying to focus on like 80-20,
Get the
right?
most advantage out. Yeah, exactly. So, like to slightly rewind, we actually also do a lot of project management for growth and marketing. So,
Mhm.
our key target audience at the moment are startups and SMBs, where we drive the most value because as a smaller team, you're kind of resource constrained already, and you want to get
Yeah,
the most out of what you have. And this is where we come in because we use AI agents and AI and a built-in project management tool that can do a lot of the marketing and growth campaigns, especially the ideation and making a project and fleshing it out into a project and actually helping deliver on the content, deliver on interactions, and basically using AI to supercharge the marketing as a small team. That is where
yeah.
we come in, and that's where we provide the most value to our users.
Yeah, I like that. And in a certain way, that's similar to the ICP of the marketplace when it comes to hiring remote candidates. A lot of startups and people hiring teams of 5 to 10 people, right? So that makes a lot of sense. And how do teams measure success with your product? Is it like revenue? Is it hey, we got to our Series A, or is it more of we're getting projects done on time? Like what's
Yeah.
the main measurement of success for Waxwing?
The main measurement of success that I would say is especially the speed at which the projects are. You have good projects ideated and planned. So your execution can be your focus can be on the execution and executing it
Yeah.
properly instead of having to actually, hey, what's the best channel for say revenue growth this quarter, right? And you're doubling down on your target audience, you're trying to see where's the best way to find it, which will have the best return on your investment. And Vaccine can do that for you because because our ideation AI engine is plugged into multiple industries, multiple channels, multiple demographics of our users, so we are the best position to tell you which place is the best bang for buck for
Yeah.
your marketing strategies, and then help drive those plans, flesh out those plans, create content for those plans, and then you can just focus on the execution on your side without having to focus on and the project management as well, obviously. So
It is for those listening. It's really not geared more to project management for like development. It's more project management for all things revenue related, right?
Yes,
like marketing.
yes.
Okay.
Your growth marketing, specifically your growth aspect of it, all aspects of it, it's retention, acquisition, customer,
all the RevOps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm like, everyone has a different definition for RevOps. We consider RevOps anything that touches revenue. So we include customer support in RevOps because they deal with the customer and customer success, right? So that makes a lot of sense. And I think what I'm also hearing too is that a lot of people think their business is unique and special, but in reality, a lot of it is done before. And it's better to follow what's done before than to recreate the wheel, right? So companies can focus on their product and not really try to be, I'm now in the business of a market validation campaign or in the business of XYZ because it's been done before and you guys are kind of keeping people in the framework of what works, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which makes sense.
So all our our AI recommendation engine also is powered by what do you call that? Like specific strategies which have proven across case studies across industries. So they aren't just like ideas that you randomly come up. These are actually proven strategies that are the foundation of our AI model that feeds into how growth statistics, etc.
Well, that makes sense to me. I think it's a perfect segue into a little bit of a screen share. Are you comfortable giving us a quick demo, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
High level. Cool.
Yep. So 50%. Great. I hope you can see my screen now.
I can.
Cool. So let me go back. If you have a like a website or a business portfolio that you can give me, I can use that as an example. Maybe your own. Yeah, maybe I can use that. Or give me as a starting point. I'd want to start in with a website or a business, so I can go from there. Yeah. Sorry.
Start with cloudtest.com.
Cloudtest.com. Exactly. So.
Oh, Cloud Task, TSK.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. We focus on the tasks.
Yeah.
They focus on the tests.
Cool.
There you go.
So let's start with Cloud Task. So this is the website. So let's create a workspace for it. Let's say what your suppose partnership is big important priority for you right now. Assuming it's the B2B SaaS as well, maybe SEO, maybe let's say acquisition, etc. Sales. These are your top priorities for whatever quarter, year, etc. What is your marketing tech stack? So this is the onboarding part where we get as much information out of you, so we can integrate more deeply and give you more customized recommendations, etc. So let's suppose you use that on Google Analytics.
Yeah, Analytics,
HubSpot, of course. Say Google Ads, maybe. Yep, I think that's
WordPress.
Yep, WordPress as well. Cool. Let's suppose you want to send out some founders welcome email. Sounds like a good match. Yep. We'll maybe test A/B test some subject lines. Onboarding.
Sounds great.
Yep. Do you have any other to-do lists that you want to focus on?
I got a huge to-do list. Generate revenue, of course, obviously, right?
Yep. Let's say LinkedIn outreach or more targeted LinkedIn outreach or
that works.
Yeah, and let's
emailing.
Start with there. Invite team members. I'll invite you later in this workspace so you could use it as well. But we can skip that for now. Let's skip that for now. So that is your workspace. So at this point of time, what we've done so far is we've created this project management, what do you call that? Project management workOS that you can basically just use for a regular day-to-day project management, where all of these are the tasks and subtasks, and you can assign your team members. You can add multiple team members, and you can do your project management built in. But a lot more than that, it has a lot of built-in stuff that comes in. So we have idea about your target audience, your device breakdowns, where do you find your customers, etc. And so let's start with something about, say, we want to send out a founders welcome email. So basically, so we can give some instructions about hey, we help hire professionals remote professionals.
You can just take our tagline, take our actual tagline. Here, I'll give it to you right now. Tagline's best. We help buyers hire experts in revenue driving software. Soon, people will be able to find remote candidates, agencies that have experience with WaxWing with a quick filter.
Yeah, so you don't have to do this some of the time. We should have all of this context as well, but it's always just easier to like give a little bit of it, and then we can help it write the founder's email. So it'll start from there. It'll basically write down the description of the task. It'll help flesh it out into multiple subtasks, help it set up like multiple contents and chats, like stuff that the team can then collaborate on. So it will basically flesh out the task, flesh out the description, what the project is about, make separate tasks out of it, give you all the content that you can send then out for like your welcome emails to the founders, and then your team can most importantly collaborate here itself on the platform, along with like other like working together, and you can like generate assets, leave comments, etc. So you have your description ready for your Cloud Task Expert marketplace, and like go to. So this is your bigger strategy in comparison to what your target audience is. Etc. And then we will.
You know what it reminds me of, Samarth, which is a good thing. HubSpot has these things called projects, and they do a decent job of describing what the projects are, and they're repetitive, right? Blog art, but they're actionable, and people don't use it, right? And it's just kind of like it's almost like just a thing, And what I see here is like almost kind of like those pre-scripted projects, but more of a implementation, quick to kind of more in the forefront, right? In the front, which makes a lot of sense. And it's a lot of this stuff is very often overlooked, and it's actually very challenging for startups, small companies to kind of set up their systems, right? And that's what's for me. I really like what I'm seeing so far, because it kind of helps these companies kind of just repeat some basic stuff without spending time looking for a consultant, right? Looking for all this, like it's not easy to set this up. So that makes a lot of sense to me. But keep going.
So this is just like, so you have your multiple tasks that your team is working on. So this is basically a team collaboration tool with AI agents built in. So the AI agents.
But focused on RevOps, right? I think you want to add that too, because there are a lot of collaboration tools out there, and all of them are built in, like, some of them are really good for certain things, and some things, there's not that many that are really focused on RevOps that I can think of, right? So it's kind of taking a parent category, right, of project management, but niching down to RevOps and for startups, right, which is why they're your best clients.
Exactly. And more than that, we also offer the part where, like, if you're working with multiple growth initiatives, you can also, and some of them may or may not be within your realm of expertise. So even though you have other tasks, it might not be the best for you to execute them. You can also assign it to us. So we at that point can come in and we can execute on your behalf. So
you have a service component to the platform.
Yes, exactly. That is one of our bigger pushes as well. So given our focus on startups and SMBs, there are so many avenues for growth that everyone has, but there's only so many resources you can do at a given point of time. So that is where you can also assign the tasks to us, and we can take it from there and execute on your behalf.
We love that. We're a marketplace, right? So we believe in that as well. So and that kind of reminds me of like something like Surfer SEO, right? That has also a little bit of a marketplace for people that are writing tasks. So it's kind of like, okay, we got the structure, we got all of the steering, we got all of these safety things in place to make sure that you stay on track for the project, and then we also have experts that can execute for you.
Yep, exactly. And on top of that, like for your task, we also create all the content that you need, and you can also have like a regular chat GPT kind of a regular chat as well that all your team members can do it. They can work on collaboratively. Sorry. And but also we have all the content for you. So like for your this is your email, your welcome email for Cloud Task, and you can just take that and plug it in. You can also just translate this to.
Great, actually, it's kind of spot on. Yeah, we've empowered. Who else can have money? Yeah, I like it.
So your team
can add me as a team member to get in there.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll have the same email translate. You can always use that to turbocharge, and you can have. So this is the other one. You have different subject lines, and you can A/B test which one's working better. etc. So
to HubSpot and some of these sending to kind of actually see the results as well?
yeah, so that is what we're working on. That is the integrations that we are working on at the moment. But at the moment, we still have a lot of work to do there. But it should be, our target is to finish that in like this quarter itself. So a lot of those will actually then feed back into like, feedback into this loop. So then we can actually have a clear feedback into the AI about what ideas are working, what is working, what is not working, to then over time get even better at it.
Yeah.
So at the moment, no, but we're building HubSpot integrations, we're building Google Ads integrations, we're building like a lot more image generation third-party tools, because they're really good AI image generation tools on the market, and we're trying to integrate that so our users have the best tool integrations with the product. So that is where we are. There are a lot of other things in the WaxWing thing, but I'll try to go over them very quickly. So you have all of this where these are the proven strategies that I was talking about. These are strategies that we've collected and like across multiple industries and multiple channels and everything. And they come from case studies. So they're actually proven to work, at least for some industry, for some funnel step, for some like specific demographic or location, etc. Right, and then you can customize these for your business, which is one of the main things that you can do. You can also again, there are over like 500, I think, close to 1,000 strategies in here, and you can like filter them based on like, okay, is acquisition an issue for you right now? So is acquisition a priority, and you want it to be like a not a very long task, but something you can do on a quick basis. So you can select by like the amount of effort you would need to put in, and and you can like go through all of them and read through all of them, and then you can also similarly as we generated like the plan earlier, you can generate this plan and it'll customize it for your business.
Cool.
Yeah, and that is one more part, and then comes the brainstorm part, which is also something I would like show a little bit more on later. But it is also where you can have it is like a AI AI recommendation engine that'll give you ideas about stuff that you can do for different.
Basically, like an automated Deloitte, right? It's like, why hire consultants to use buzzwords and then tell you what to do when you can pay for the software to not use buzzwords and to give you the actionable steps.
Yeah, and more than that, I feel like for smaller businesses and people that are starting out and for whom marketing might not be like, you might have like 1 or 2 people in like the growth and marketing sector, but at the same time, the output needs to be like, for like 10 people team, right? Because the expectations are always sky high, and you kind of need one tool, one spotter, or you can work collaboratively and drive and have like proven strategies, and you can use AI at the same time collaboratively, so you can turbocharge your growth. That is where we come in. That is what we want to do.
It makes a lot of sense to me. Like I said before, I use the HubSpot project analogy where it's like a good idea that doesn't work. It's kind of like, and this kind of feels like taking that and making it to the forefront, where like for them it's more of like content leading into their CRM, and this is really focused on, hey, no, this actually allows you to execute the building, the foundation, and some of this stuff takes years for people. So it's kind of making, it's basically building out your RevOps communication chain in minutes, not years, right? It's
exactly.
So staying on plan, which is awesome.
Our like slogan that we are going on, that's the biggest value that we provide, is we help basically to go from an ideation to actually starting the task. It takes generally like 2 weeks for most marketing teams. We can do that in 3 minutes. Getting the best plan for you and fleshing out that plan and giving you a starting point where you have the very early content to then iterate over. We get that to you in 3 minutes, and that is
It makes sense to me. I like it. As I mentioned before, when we create a listing, it's going to say we help startups build out their RevOps plans in minutes, not days, right? And then we're going to do some more content. But I'm totally understanding what this does and how it works. I really like what you built. We could leave the demo now short just because it's going to be the introduction. Anybody who wants to check out WaxWing, you'll find the link in the comments. We're obviously partners with them, and they are in our marketplace. But anybody who wants to connect with you or some of your leadership, what's the best place for them to find you?
LinkedIn is the easiest and the best way to meet us. You can find me Samarth Tripathi, but for like WaxWings or Samarth WaxWing, you should be able to find me on LinkedIn. I'm based out of New York, and if anyone's based out of here or visiting here, I can always meet in person as well.
Dude, you're the man. I appreciate the demo. Everybody, thank you for tuning in to this episode of the software demo review series. And I'll let you go because I know you got to build out a lot of products. But this is awesome, and I appreciate your time, man.